Previously on Squad Sprint.
Well, the hills are about to be alive with the sound of V6 engines here in Austria as rounding the championship is go. It's a good start. Ben is P10 and these two are going to do battle. A switch back from Ben. Huge aggression there. And here comes Formula Danny. This could be key for the championship. Round the outside he goes and the slight contact between them. Goodness me. Round the final corner. It's going to be a first win of the season for Tom 97 HD. He wins in Austria.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint Round 10. And if you're wondering, wow, there isn't a really luscious Scottish voice narrating this particular episode, that's because they invited me into the barrier. I know, I'm as bemused as you are as to why they've asked me to present Round 10 of this world famous championship. And by world famous I of course mean not world famous at all, sorry. No, I shouldn't really turn on the... They've very kindly asked me to host this, I shouldn't... Sorry, I take that back. It's very exciting stuff here, and, well, I'm honoured. I'm very thankful that they've asked me to do this, actually, so thank you. So, without further ado, we're going to run you through this starting grid then. In pole position, we have John Isa Harris, and next to him is Naran, who looks very thirsty, it has to be said. Number 3 is Eterno. Number 4 is Arav, pondering perhaps how to get his first win. Next in 5th, we've got Jack, who doesn't look happy about it at all. Then in 6th, Primero. Down in number 7th, we have Alex, and number 8th is Storm. On to number 9, which is Tom 97 HD, and it's nice to see this series supporting small YouTubers with TM at Marduk in 10th. Photon looks furious with 11th, and Sally is in 12th. Danny sits 13th, and James sits 14th. And finally, the leader in the championship, of course, Sarnucci, sits 15th. Now, I can tell you that will probably be the last time I refer to any of these people by their actual names, because I'm just so unprofessional. I'm going to go with car makes probably from now on. So it's 5 lights in Abu Dhabi, and we're about set to go for some absolute crazy tomfoolery that's going to take place over the next 5 laps. So into turn 1 we go from P3. Toro Rosso there getting barged immediately. That was about as predictable as, well, something very predictable like Lewis Hamilton crashing into Vettel at some point next season. I mean, we've got cars all over the place. Toro Rosso there. He's had a stinker going in through the first sector, and the Red Bull's had another stinker. He's gone massively wide, and well, you've got to say it's impressive work from the McLaren there. Primero's gone storming through on the back straight. Car's fairly tightly packed actually. He's going to go, he's tried to go around the outside, but Primero said absolutely no chance of that. Now we got 3 abreast. This is more like it. This is juicy into the whatever corner this is, about turn 8 it is, and the Red Bull's managed to swoop his way around pretty impressively, you've got to be saying, to keep his podium place intact as it stands. I mean, you can see in the bottom right he's using all kinds of methods to try and get past. I mean, those are just words to make. Oh my word, there was someone there flying around the outside that's absolute kamikaze and a half. There's very little attention being paid to track limits here. I don't know if anyone's stewarding this, but this is the kind of camera angle you want to see as you're going through the middle sector into the 3rd sector now. Yeah, but he's got so many cars down his inside, it's quite an ugly scene. Illegal overtake there, which he's probably going to be absolutely seething about, and he's been barged around the corner, so nothing like a little bit of a T-bone to help you on your way, and he doesn't look like he's actually going to concede this position. He's just going to let it... Yeah, he's just going to take the penalty, so that's... I mean, Danny's just... It's a no-nonsense attitude as he works his way up through the field, and we've now gone to the car behind him, which is James, and he's been punted wide again. The cars are getting punted all over the place. It's like a punting bonanza here, and he's just nearly lost the back end through the first sector. That would have been a horrible situation. He's had to dive bomb the Alfa Romeo because he got slammed from behind. This is just obscene amounts of carnage. Aren't these supposed to be professionals? I mean, it's very little attention is being paid to the rules here. I'm starting to think I'm watching one of my own open lobbies rather than a race full of seasoned professionals plus Tiamat Marduk, who we all know is a absolute noob. So down into turn 8 we go now then, 3 abreast. This is a bit of a humdinger, it has to be said, and oh, they've just about got through it all right. I mean, oh dearie me, they're all getting involved as we go through turn 9 and onto the sort of curvedy straight bit. 4 abreast here. This is going to be some very ugly scenes. Oh my god. I just had to prepare myself for this corner, and oh, it's cut away, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but I think everyone got through it okay, which is pretty exciting stuff. We've got poor connection. We've got an alien indicator going on here, so it turns out this lobby's now full of aliens rather than esports professionals. That's the last thing you want to see. That's the last thing they're going to want to see. I mean, there's going to be some seriously angry people in this this rather feisty race, it has to be said. We're going to now replay. Crikey, this is well produced. We're going to go towards turn 1. Absolute chaos. You see the two cars get punted wide just ahead there. So you saw the carnage unfold, but it's all relatively clean, as you'd probably... I say it's all relatively clean as a Toro Rosso goes sideways straight into the wall. Okay, it wasn't clean. It wasn't. Ignore that. Ignore that last comment. It wasn't clean at all. Bit feisty at the back as well, but looks like the Toro Rosso was the only casualty of the first lap or so. I mean, the Primero was paying very little attention to racing lines, let's be honest. He managed to swoop through, though. Very impressive from Primero there to take his first position in this race. Anyway, cutting back to the end of lap 2. And we've got Naran facing up against Primero. So as they were at the end of turn 4, I think at the end of the hairpin on lap 1. But not as they were anymore, because the Red Bulls just stormed through. Oh, it's Storm as well. I promise you that was accidental, but Storm has stormed through, and he's taken P2 in this race. And this commentary is in danger of actually sounding professional. And we can't be having that now, can we? So it's time to get back to calling people bean sprouts as we go into turn 3, and that is an absolute bean sprout of a move from Formula Danny to take P3. Naran's bleeding positions here, like, all over the place, and no, Sally's getting involved as well, the Toro Rosso, so it's really quite hotting up for the podium places. I think Primero's running away with it in P1 at present. Tiamat Marduk predictably floundering around in the lower points positions and predictably goes massively wide.
We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time.
It's not gone very well there, mate, has it? It's not gone very well. I'm starting to think I'd be able to compete in this series. Right, so further up the road, it's P8. There's a bit of a close fight going on here. You've got, I can't tell what cars they are ahead, but it's the Haas car and some others going side by side. Oh, it's a Toro Rosso, it looks like, and it looks like a Alfa Romeo Sauber. So it's all going off. Eterno's the one that's currently oh, dearie me, that was a big crash. That was unexpected, and it's really ruined the race of a few others. Tiamat Marduk's happy to lap those positions up, or no, he's probably even further down the pack. And Tom97HD, the winner of the last race, really not having much fortune today. I mean, he's way down in P9. He's had a, well, I don't want to say stinker, but he's had a stinker. Storm then oh no, Storm's no longer leading the race. Oh no, Storm was never leading the race. See, that's the sort of commentary we're talking about here. It's Primero that's leading the race, Storm's second, and Formula Danny's just had his parade rained all over by Sally there to take the final podium position as it stands, but with a couple of laps to go, he's going to have another go at him, and we're going in towards turn 8 again here. There's been absolute chaos into this corner every single lap so far, and this one's no exception. Swoops round, takes the position. Very well played there from Formula Danny, showing his credentials as James goes round the outside of someone else into turn 8, and there's action in front of him too. Tiamat Marduk's involved, so it could be a bit of a stinker if we're being totally honest. He's also got poor connections. That's just what you want to see when he's involved in the situation. We've got Sarnucci chasing just behind. Bit of a moment there, but they've got away with it. Tiamat Marduk's still snooping. The Ferrari behind him, it's all still pretty feisty, you've got to say, considering it's now lap 4 of 5, so you'd expect the pack to be quite separate by now, but there's plenty going on. And, oh dear, Naran's not had a good one, has he? I mean, he was right up there, and he's just slowly slipped back. P5 for him now. Eterno is the latest man to have him in his clutches as we go on to the final lap, and you can only imagine here it's a matter of time. It's like predator and prey. It's like a shark and a fish, and it's yet to happen, actually. We're waiting for the overtake, but it's going to come now through Sector 1. That's a bit earlier than I was expecting, but he's giving him room, which is very fair, to be honest, but he's not quite got through there, but you can only imagine after the hairpin. It's go oh, a lot earlier than the hairpin, because he's gone horrendously wide, and he's taken him out as well. Oh dear, Nuran there has not made himself look the cleanest in the world, but he's at least held position. I mean, he may have got a penalty for that, but he's done well out of it. So it leaves that there's now 3 abreast. Photon, James, Sarnucci, I think, is involved there. 4 abreast, in fact, going into turn 8 again here. Real drama expected. And James is the one that... Oh, dearie me, someone's been barged. I think Tia McMarduk's been barged. Tia McMarduk's done surprisingly well. Oh, we've got another fight now. This is Danny and Sally for the last 2 podium positions. I don't know what's happened to Storm's down in P4, actually. So Storm's had a bit of a stinker there. He's got caught up in a flood or something, and he's lost out 2 positions. So it's now Danny and Sally for the final 2 podium positions. It looks like Primero is going to win this one as we go through the final sector. And it looks like Sally is going to hold P2, which he can be very pleased with. Storm's at a real... I tell you what, he's been caught in a drought this last lap because he's dropped out the podium positions. But Primero takes the win in his McLaren. Sally second. And I think Storm just picked Danny to 3rd by the finest of margins over the line. I was just watching top left there, and it's either Storm or Formula Danny in 3rd, but I think it was Storm right at the death, right at the very end. Yes, it was. Oh, absolute disaster then for Formula Danny. Still 12 points, but we'll run you through. So Primero wins the race. Sally takes 2nd. Storm 3rd with that final leap onto the podium. Formula Danny in 4th. James in 5th. Tom 97, fresh from his win last time out, only manages 6th. Photon 7th. Tia McMarduk does very well to get 8th. Eterno 9th. And Naran, after all that carnage, being P2, ends up 10th. Where's Arav? Arav finished outside the points. Oh dear. Bit of a disaster. There's the Drivers' Championship then. We've got Sally leading it after that one then. Just gaining the advantage over Formula Danny. Really lost out there, Formula Danny. It's cost him the lead in the title. So major drama here in Abu Dhabi. And, well, it's very tight there. I mean, what's that? That's... not much more than 10 points separates the top 4. Not much more than 15 points separates the top 5. It's really hotting up. Except if you're called John Isa Harris. Or Veloce Surprise. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my guest commentary on this series. Well done to all participants. You're all much better than I am at the game. And I'm sure I'm not going to be invited back for commentary ever again. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Next time, round 11, Great Britain.